later than usual, but still on time.
Nice recover.
You're welcome. I mean, thanks.
All I can tell you is I was blown away by what I saw as just a guest in the lounge, just a guest of being a part of the staff. I can't even imagine the thrills and the chills. It was almost more than I could take. But I got to tell you, I met Bob Scott and I spent some time talking with him. He's an excellent storyteller. I always enjoy a good story. And Bob Doyle, he was there too. If you're sitting around on a Saturday night and you don't know what to do, you might check out the Lounge Show.
It's The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle, two veteran broadcasters who love to hear themselves talk and are somehow able to tolerate each other. Let's see if you can tolerate them as well. Here's Rob and Bob.
I'm sorry. Every now and then the absurdity of what we do. You do the turn every week. To an audience of, Tracy maybe on a good day. Although today, not so much. She has been sick in bed all day. She got up for like five or 10 minutes.
What's ailing us? What's the BHAP?
She woke up with a hideous headache and nausea and the whole thing, and it just has not gone away. And it's brutal. She's just out.
Well, that blows.
Yeah, yes.
I don't get sick much.
Me either.
I'm not. That's not something to brag about. I guess I just don't get sick much. I don't do the whole NyQuil. Oh my gosh, I have to. Get a good night's sleep.
Well, I believe that Tracy would admit that she is a person who's been known to push herself a little beyond her limits on not every occasion, but every occasion possible.
So basically, we're just running ourselves down.
Well, I mean, that's just my uneducated theory from just watching it happen repeatedly.
Well, for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time to the Lounge Show, you
Welcome.
Just doubled our audience. But the point is, we do this every Saturday, Bob and I.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
And Bob's out there in Vegas, and I'm in Atlanta, and there it is. There's the titles. And Tracy, for those of you who don't know, is also the lovely and talented booth announcer for
She's
the
the one who
Lounge.
says, it's the Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle, two veteran broadcasters who love to hear themselves talk and are somehow able to tolerate each other.
Let's see if you can tolerate them now.
As well.
Was there an as well in there?
Let's see if you can tolerate them as well. Not now.
Oh, as well.
Isn't
Not
that
now?
funny? 3+ years.
Yeah.
And we both stumble over it. We've heard it however many times we've heard it.
We've done a lounge or two. And if you think about it, for those who follow religiously, they know that the Lounge has had many iterations. This is just the most recent, which is 3 years. And it's because Bob and I have nothing else to do. And it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday, right? Oh, no, that was the wrong one. See, I screwed up. I was supposed to. That's the one I was supposed to do.
On a Saturday.
And
what?
we both said
go.
at the same time. No, you go.
What is that around your neck?
You go.
What is that around?
Oh,
What is
always.
that?
It's just Bluetooth headset that I continually forget to take off. I did a whole YouTube video with it on. I noticed after I got to tell you, I don't have to, but I'm gonna. Because as we've mentioned, that's pretty much my job now is just to make these YouTube videos, right? And everything associated with them. And it takes forever. It is such a different task than I expected taking this on. And almost every time, some freaking glitch. My computer will crash. And more times than I screwed up with audio. I know, shocker. Like the other day I did the whole 30 minutes and then I realized it was like this the whole time.
Oh,
because
wow.
for 2 seconds I pushed the button to test something and I forgot to unpush it. And then sometimes no audio at all. Sometimes it's distorted. Anyway, and then I have to redo it. And I've lost hours and hours to glitches like that.
Okay.
But you know what?
But there was a point. You were going to say something. It takes a long time. Then you kind of did an offshoot there. It takes a really long time. As you well know, I'm doing these videos pretty much all the time. It takes a long time. And then I was hoping there was another part to that.
No, I think the offshoot was where I was going. It wasn't
just
about
that
that.
It was screw ups. The things can just screw up.
Fudge, man. I don't remember anymore.
Okay. Andy's here, by the way. So hey to Andy. Chat room, Bob. Chat room.
Hey, Andy. I was like,
Get
Griffith?
with the program, man. Yeah.
I was waiting for a drop.
Similar.
Right. I was
He
just waiting.
slapped me on the back and he says, "Buddy, have a drink."
Yeah.
That's right. Hi, Andy. I assume the family is gathered around the old device and
Sure.
they're warming their hands
their
somehow
hands.
over something. Maybe you're enjoying some s'mores.
Right. And looking deep into each other's eyes and saying,
Well, he whopped me on the back and he says,
Buddy,
"Buddy,
have a drink.
well, I do believe.
I will have another big orange. And
Another big
I
orange.
know Andy doesn't know what we're talking about.
But
It'd be crazy
well,
if he did.
possibly.
But I will tell you, he's a big I Love Lucy fan. So who knows? Andy,
Right.
you got to go down the Andy Griffith Show road if you haven't. Have you? Maybe you have. I can't remember.
It's a good road. I like it. I like the road. It's a good road.
Yeah. Rob knows the road better than I do. I appreciate the road. There are certain parts of the road where we travel often.
Wow, we're really getting out there.
The giraffe. We go down Giraffe Lane. We go down.
Boy, giraffes are selfish. Just running around looking after number one, getting hit by lightning.
Getting hit by lightning.
Yeah.
Giraffe.
And you just got to hear the lead up to that for it to be even funnier.
Right.
As fall on the floor.
Well, I was watching. I don't know what I was watching, but it was something about Andy Griffith and how it. Oh, I know. CNN. It was a documentary on the '60s, and so it talked about Nixon in '68 and Kennedy and everything. And then it also gave a segment about '60s television, the Dick Van Dyke Show, etc. And they talked about the Andy Griffith Show and how that it had this unique capacity to be. It was funny. I mean, you laugh at Andy stuff, but there was also a nice little message, a little moral compass story that went along with it. And they even today, that's kind of unique, I think.
And what's also unique is I'm realizing, I could be wrong, but it ages well. It's not like there's like, they would never do that now, right? I mean, I can't remember any sort of edgy storylines where they.
No, it holds up.
Yeah,
holds
I mean,
up. Frasier holds up better than Cheers. I always thought Frasier held up better than Cheers. I watch Cheers now and I go, that's okay. It's funny and there's some good Norm and they're going to have their line. But some of the material just was more unique to that time when it was produced.
Yeah, so Cheers ran what years?
Oh, gosh.
Roughly 90s?
Yeah, got to be 90s.
Oh,
I think it ran 10 plus.
So it had that kind of, it was sophisticated for 90s humor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Frasier.
And it was Will They, Won't They with Diane and Sam and that whole thing.
Yes,
and
yes. But just the rhythm of the humor was what it was. I mean, and because I mean, for the most part, 90s comedies, I hated them, especially the sitcom stuff. I mean, I really hated it. But Cheers obviously was an exception. But Frasier was just a whole other level up in terms of the writing,
yes,
and the pacing,
and it was well cast
and perfectly cast. Right. I still haven't watched any of the reboot, so I don't know.
I think I told you I did the first one,
and
I said okay. I think we talked about that.
We did. But I just wondered maybe you went back, but no.
No, I mean, I'm watching all kinds of stuff too lately. Obviously, there's so many things to watch now. I guess I am old man guy. Only 3 channels, but it's true. When we grew up, we had 3 channels. There are so many effing choices now. I saw a thing the other day that said the average person takes like 7 or 14 minutes, whatever. It seemed like a lot of time to choose what they're going to watch before they watch something nowadays. Like a good
it's
10 minutes.
maddening. It's like trying to figure out dinner here. I'm like, oh my God, you two, between two people and me, like, cause I'll just go, whatever. And most 99% of the time, I don't want to watch a movie. I mean, I got to be, just as you know, right in the right mood. However, you know what movie I do want to see? The two of them, and then maybe even peek at the series. Because the clips I see of those Ted movies, you know, The Bear with Mark Wahlberg and all that stuff.
Okay.
Ted, have you seen either of them?
I've seen the first one. I did not see the second one.
And you know, there's definitely areas where you and our humor goes burp, you know.
Yes, it does.
But for me, I look at that and I go, oh, that's just. I love the conversation, the realness of the conversations that they have. It's just how it's written and the guy's delivery. I don't even know who the guy is who does Ted's voice.
No, he's the one who writes it too. He's the guy who voices Ted, the teddy bear. He also is a co-writer or creator of the concept.
I'm embarrassed that I don't know who it is.
Player. He's a player. See, I think the Ted movies are on. Oh, they could be on Tubi. Tubi, is it Tubby or Tubi TV? But the point is, he's good. He's big time. He's done other stuff. Is the dude who was behind Ted? I think because I was not a big fan. That's not my kind of humor, but I dig the concept. It was funny for a while, and then I go, okay.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's just for whatever reason, and I think that is one of those areas of humor that is a difference. And I think if we looked at the Venn diagram of humor that we like, I mean, there'd probably be more that we don't share than we do. I think so. But where we do, like Ralph humor and everything that means, right? Like the appreciation for everything that is that is good. And then writing things like Frasier,
or Albert Brooks. You and I you go, oh, Albert Brooks, genius, blah blah blah. You know, we'll do that too.
And somehow magically we came together on the Ducks, even though I felt like it was like whenever I would ask you to like improvise with me, it felt like pulling teeth, you know. Yeah. But then you because I don't know, you're just not that guy, I guess. But the Ducks. Which we got to find that and play it. If we haven't ever played it, I got it.
You sent it to me. I've got it around here somewhere. I've stumbled across it. I don't know how I would find it. And it's to me still. I listen to it. It's almost painful, but it's funny, painful at the same time.
So why is it painful to you?
It's because it's just odd. You know, it's just an odd bit. But we did the bit for what? 4 minutes?
It's typical me humor for sure.
It is.
I don't know how long we did it. Probably too long.
It wasn't like 30 seconds. It was.
I was in such a Bob and Ray time.
Yes.
I was like immersing myself. I was listening to them literally all day. Like I listen to background music now, and I had so many other bits in my head, and so I was always interviewing you. I was always doing the "We're here with a guy. We're here with a guy. Our guest today is," you know, and you're like, "Oh my God." And I outright, I freaking stole. I said Wally Ballou. I mean, that is the. I didn't even come up with my own name. But anyway, good times.
When we were by a river,
legit.
Not in a van down by the river, boys and girls. Just down by a river, a creek. It was by Bob's old apartment, and as always, Bob was recording what we do with something.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore. I got gun shy sometime, mostly after in California. I got. Because then I saw somebody who did it more than me.
Though, but you still do some things with a handheld recording type device.
Hardly ever.
Really?
Hardly ever. I never just record people. I never do like the improv stuff anymore. I don't. There's nobody to do it with who likes to do it, and I also, because seriously, people are so crazy with their phones all the time and recording things all the time that I'm seeing the obnoxiousness of it. Or that's how I'm experiencing it. It's like, really? Like I'm on the other side. And
it's kind of like Gaffigan, who says, you know, you'll be at a play and your kid and everyone's got their phone up. And he says, but life is in HD. You know, I mean, you don't just watch it with your eyes and consume the product. Sometimes that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I like people who go to a concert, $300 for the ticket, and you watch it through a 3.5 by 5 inch world the whole time. But I recorded it. And I see that side. I honestly do. I see that side. You've got it. You record it.
Fireworks. Prime example. People who record fireworks displays. And I do it. I do it if you get a good view. But when do you ever?
Right. Ever. You know what? I'm down. I got the blues. You know what I'm going to do? Honey, put on about fresh coffee. We're watching the fireworks from last 4th in a 3.5 by 5-inch world.
No, I can airplay it. Okay, so you put it up on the screen, it's blurry night vision, and it's just like this. You go, oh, God, I'm going to throw up. Turn it off.
Wow, am I glad I saved that. That's great. I got to back that up somewhere. I don't want to lose that.
That's right. We got to pay $2 more a month for cloud storage, because what if I need it?
Never, right. But you know what that's like to me with still photography? When I went to Washington, D.C., I was 15 or so. My parents took me, which, by the way, was a cool trip. I enjoyed it a lot.
Who could ever forget?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, to some people, they might think, oh, that sounds kind of... Anyway, the point is, I got there, and when I saw the Capitol, I just went nuts with my cat. It was breathtaking. It was awe-inspiring. And I get home, and then you got to take, of course, in those days.
Oh yeah, you got to take it down to the Fox Photo or whatever.
Right? There's a booth in the middle of a parking lot, and you drive up to the booth, and you hand them your stuff, and then 3, 4, 5 days later, I can't wait to get one after another one of the Capitol, another one of the. Geez, what a waste of money! Another one of the Capitol.
This is just like all the magazines and textbooks I have. I didn't need this.
I could buy a postcard. It was a better photograph than what I took 28 of, and it would have cost me 15 cents for the postcard. It looks just like a postcard. It doesn't look like it did when I'm standing in front of it, just like the fireworks.
Right. Why am I looking at this?
Another one in the Capitol.
Maybe if it was an HD VR, right? So you put on the whatever, and now you're there and you see it in this reasonable quality.
Fair, but if you're going to have that, then someone goes and shoots that because they're going to sell that for the VR, and that's what they do for a living. They're awe-inspired. They're going, I have to capture the fireworks for this
now.
purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to have that done, then yes, that would require all the big expensive equipment.
It's like the guys who go to. I know a lot of guys who shoot video of sports teams, right? I mean, that's what they do. They work for the for example, the Braves organization here in town, and they follow the team 24/7, shoot freaking everything. They make the specials out of it. They do the behind the scenes crap, and they sell that stuff. Okay, so they don't consume. If you say to them, oh my gosh, how great, you get to hang out with the ball team. And they go, it freaking sucks, man. It's like, ugh.
Well, everything about what you just described sounds like a nightmare. So
no, but but it's a creative. What I'm saying is, wouldn't it be fun to shoot fireworks for a living? But if that's your job,
right,
then as my dad used to say,
you just smell like it all the time.
Right.
Every now and then something's going to happen and somebody gets hurt. Some glitch going to happen. It's stressful. Oh, the thing didn't go. They don't know. I know, but I worked forever, but nobody's going to know. I spent a week and a half on it. That's how I imagine life as a firework display person. I think I might go a little something like this.
Yes. My dad always used to say, if you had a job shoveling shit and they said they'd pay you $1 million a year, you'd quit after 1 year. He always, I always liked that. He used to say that, and it's the same thing. It's not fun anymore. I hope they paid him $1 million.
Like that first 6 months was so fun shoveling that shit. But now.
Right. Back on your heads. You know that old joke, right?
And this is like the house. It is something, isn't it, out there?
You would think after all this time.
I was actually looking for it before, and then you called me out on something else, and then I was like, okay, well, I can't be that distracted, because then you'll say, are you looking at your phone? What are you looking for there, buddy? And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, why do you have to call it out? I said, this is... I'm about to tell you the temperature is 55 degrees here in Henderson. We got light rain expected, and we're looking at it, and that's it for me.
Wow. It's 19 here.
That was a Bruce Almighty situation, I think.
Yeah. 19. There's a lot of cold going on across the country, Bob. If you didn't know, let's be a real morning show here and, talk about
it's cold out there.
It's cold out there. Way to go, guys, running yesterday's show. But see, we also laugh at those, and we quote a lot of movies. But then you do have your other end of the humor spectrum that is...
Like all Monty Python.
Yes.
And everything related to that. And Tracy doesn't like it either.
I think I'm an outlier. Thank you, Latbat, because I think I'm an outlier. I just don't grasp it to
No. I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I think there's just as many people or more who don't get it. It's just the people who
I get it.
not
It's
get
just
it, not get it. Of course you get it, but like think it's funny. Okay, like that's what I mean by get it.
Right, and I appreciate. It's like rap.
Oh, I didn't like
rap
Benny
music.
Hill. How about that? Like that doesn't do anything for me. But there was a more of sophistication. So, but I mean, there's all kinds of humor that I do not like, and I've found also that I have merged in and out of certain types of humor. Like remember Ron White,
Yes,
comedian. I used to like. There was a while there where everybody was just. I love that.
Was he on the Blue Collar tour? Was
yes,
he one of the Blue
exactly
Collar
right.
guys?
He'd get up there and he'd talk and he'd drink whiskey all the time. And
there was a clip of him though we used on one of our shows just this past week. So it's funny you mentioned him. Seriously, we used the clip because he talked about taxes. And he goes,
and I'm sure he's still super funny. And
he was funny.
And him and Lewis Black, I used to listen to them. And then for whatever reason, I just got it wore on me, especially like Lewis Black. Like he was so funny at first, and then the constant anger just gets to me after a while. And I don't know.
He wags that finger all the time. Lewis Black wags that. He's constantly wagging a finger.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I heard White say the other day, he goes, when I first started doing stand-up, my accountant told me that I had to pay quarterly taxes. And I thought that meant every 25 years. And he said, and I laughed at that, I thought that was pretty funny. But again, I don't know if I could, it's like Foxworthy. You're a redneck. Yeah, I loved it for a while. And then I go, okay, that train kind of left the station. I'm done with that. Whereas like we talked about Albert Brooks, laugh all the time, even if I'm hearing it for the 15th time. Randy and I say that we'll be at work and I'll say, and he gets, and Randy will go, all the good women. That while he seems like a nice guy, he's really Tom is the devil. What do you think he's going to have hooves and fire and brimstone? He goes,
and
no.
I always, what I always remember about that scene is how angry she got when he said that.
Yes.
Like how great she acted that frustration of everything was there. Because
she did. That's the first time I had ever seen Holly Hunter. I had never known that she existed before that movie, and
I
blew me away.
saw Raising Arizona first.
Well, I may have seen bits and pieces of that, but she didn't have impact like Nicolas Cage did in that movie, and just the whole concept of that.
I totally disagree. Turn to the right. I mean, to me, actually, she's who I think of more than him.
Really?
Yeah, because to me, she did make such an impact, and I just remember even just the opening sequences, where he's progressively taking mugshots, and you see the relationship unfold.
Yeah,
and the look on her face and all that stuff, and she starts to smirk.
Is that the Coen brothers did that, right? That's the Coen brothers. That's kind of when they kind of came on the scene, right? When
that's the first one I knew of them.
And they did Lebowski, right?
And Fargo.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And then I watched
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes.
Thou? That's theirs too.
Which, you know what? It's amazing I like that. It just has a feel of a movie. I don't know why. The look feels... You know how I don't like Westerns? For no real good reason, except that they just don't land with me.
West.
And yeah, that's it.
If they had a Western out east, that'd be a movie.
Then I'd be there, front row center.
Sure.
Popcorn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's...
Get your popcorn.
That's how...
Bob's going to the movies.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Oh, man, it just doesn't get better than that.
It doesn't.
Carl Smith, I hope you're well.
Boy, I could sure go for a Clark bar now. What would be your candy of choice at the theater, at the Cineplex, Bob? Your candy of choice.
Junior Mints.
Really? You're like Seinfeld, where it goes inside the guy.
Well, years before Seinfeld told me what I already knew.
Really, Junior Mints. That's interesting. I liked Raisinets, Goobers.
Oh
and Raisinets.
no, raisins. That's like you get those at the grocery store. My mom always has raisins. Raisins with peanuts. Now that's something else because we hardly have. But no, that was like Raisinets were like emergency.
Snow caps. I liked snow caps too, with the little white pebbles on top of chocolate.
Never ate those though.
Those are good. I think they're made by the same people that make Thin Mints or Junior Mints. I'm sorry.
I think there was another one though. Whoppers, definitely.
Yes, Whoppers. Those malt balls, malt balls.
Still to this day, I'm a sucker.
Don't
for
like
those
them.
Things.
Oh, I love
them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
they're just.
And I really, what you can't find anymore except the candy store down here on the square, which sells retro candy. It's so cool to go in there. Next time you come into town,
but it was actually packaged in 1971, so don't eat it.
And I get a bit of honey when I go there.
Oh, I love a bit of honey, but I can't anymore. There's no way.
You don't see those any? Oh, we're gonna pull out your fillings and stuff.
Rob, I have 3 broken teeth right now.
Yeah, I went to the dentist the other day too. So what are you gonna do about it except spend a bunch of money? I can tell you that.
I honestly don't know. I think I just want them out, and maybe one day I'll get implants because like they're not gonna save them, and I don't want any really unnecessary, because they're back in the back.
They're back in the back.
It's weird though, because
which was a Led Zeppelin album in '78, I think.
The one in the back, the hole is substantial enough, left by the broken piece, that it was affecting my voiceover for a while. I was having a little bit of a side lisp going that I had to learn to work around.
Yeah, this isn't going to get any better, though. I hate to tell you.
Oh no, they grow back. I read it on the internet. They just grow back.
And here's the thing too.
No, you eat watermelon at sunrise and you squint, and then your teeth will grow back. That's what I heard. Let's check out the not Flurry Cam. There's the current view of Lake Geneva. It looks like the picture isn't moving, but it actually is. It's just that the water is frozen there.
That's right. Over the last 4 or 5 days is when it finally turned. I've been monitoring. I've been keeping a close watch, Bob.
So this was it at 1:32 Pacific. So what was that? Whatever.
4 o'clock, 3 o'clock,
something like that.
3 o'clock. 3 in the afternoon there in Wisconsin, and I can tell you, it never got above about 4 degrees there today. So you're looking at anything from 5 degrees on down. And the wind seems to be whipping there a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about the wind chill, right? I should have looked.
The wind chill was below zero for sure, for certain. I can tell you what it is there now. Okay. So because I have that's what a goofball I am. I have that on my phone. 3 right now. It's 3 degrees there now, currently. But this was 3 in the afternoon. It might have been 10 even. I don't know. Point is, when you see it sunny.
So that's why I saw no water skiers.
No, yeah. You see it sunny, that means it will be colder. Because there's no clouds holding in the warmth of the earth, blah, 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 the high pressure. I remember waking up for graduation in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Eau Claire, wearing it today. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, look at that. I did not notice.
I'm wearing Eau Claire today, and I woke up on the 3rd of December, 1983, in my little apartment by the brewery.
Oh, that rhymed almost. Woke up, whatever, next to the brewery. Because I was just about to say, man, it sounds like you're doing a Bruce Springsteen song right now, and then you came in with an inadvertent rhyme.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is going straight to AI. We're going to finish this song.
Sure, and then this will be one of the shows that's on the best of for those whose name is in the hopper. They will get a chance at this story. Will be one of many stories on the best of the lounge.
That would be such a cool AI thing. If AI could go and look at all of our videos, pull out best of. First of all, it has to determine what is best out of all this crap.
Not only that reminds me of Carson. I remember he was on the air 2 years, a year. He had just begun doing the Tonight Show, and he's sitting there. He's still in New York. And he says, Peter Ustinov, the great film producer, director, actor, sent us a reel in those days. So it's a canister of film. Mm-hmm. And he opens it. He said, the best of the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. And Bobby pulls it out. And the piece of film.
Right. I remember this bit.
So I'm thinking about the best of the lounge. Now, don't sneeze after AI gets a hold of all these hours and puts a best of together. It's like a millisecond. You just have to hit pause.
I think it would be fun, literally, because I know there's a handful of times, maybe less than 10, where we actually laugh really, really hard. Something
Yes.
happens and we lose it, and that to find all of those would be fun.
Or little Joey Rogan.
Sure. See, we've got best stuff.
Right, that's the best of it,
And
man.
I think the Bill Murray story qualifies. That's
Could-
like,
Sure.
I mean, it's not like necessarily hilarious, but I mean, I think it's worthy of note. Best
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I know there were moments. I know there were
But
moments.
I do remember poor little Joey Rogan.
Joey Rogan.
Little
But I don't
Joey
remember
Rogan.
the setup. I don't remember the setup though.
I don't know what we were talking about, whatever, but we were making fun of the fact that he's worth 8 gazillion, I think we were talking about how podcasts are never going to make it. I think that was probably our topic or something. I don't know. All I remember is, tell AI to find little Joey Rogan and we'll be off to the races then.
And with those were the words they chose. I kid you not. Those were the words. So when those words came out, they decided that's when they were going to end the show. They could have done, I don't know, countless other things, but they chose that sequence of words to end it. And this is how we're left with the show. I don't get it. I don't think I can watch anymore.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.